halfway point, and yes, thank you, Kathy. So this is the second half of chat number 257, and you all know that I have been super serious. Let's get rid of, this is Alyssa's coffee cup. It has the Grinch on it. Y'all know that I have been, wait a second, let's see. Leslie says, during COVID in Canada, when workshops were only available online, you would receive 50 wins for entering your weight. That's awesome. Wish they'd done that here. That is great, though. That is great news. So this is the second half, though, of chat number 257. And y'all know how serious I am about reducing my food waste this year. So I'm being specific. So specific is I want to reduce my food waste by half. Truly doable? Yeah, I think so, because I do waste a lot of food. Actionable is I'm going to do something. I'm going to reduce my food waste. And relevant, it's relevant to me because I'm going to spend less money. My goal when I succeed, when I check that off, is I want to get a new refrigerator because I think I will have saved enough money by reducing my food waste by 50% to do that. And I'm going to get one that we can see everything and that has the freezer in the bottom. Anyway, so that is my STAR goal. So you all have to listen again this week to reducing food waste, especially since we had to be here at the loft in the impending snowstorm. That did not happen. That did not happen. So the second half of chat number 257 is going to be 7 steps to reducing food waste. These are not the only 7 steps that there are. There are lots of other steps to reducing food waste, but these are my 7 steps. This is what I'm starting with. So first things first is purge. You need to purge all expired things, crusty lids, freezer burned, unidentifiable, anything that you don't know what it is. I found a container in the refrigerator yesterday that I said, I have no idea what this is. Like literally have no idea what this is. Don't know what it was. So it got purged. So anything that's expired, has a crusty lid, like if you take the lid off and you go, go ahead and get rid of it. If it's freezer burned or if it's unidentifiable. And I know that's hard because I just said that I want to reduce my food waste by 50%, and then I turned right around and said that I'm going to throw all this stuff away. But if you don't purge it and clean it out and you don't know what you have, you don't know where to start. Okay, the next thing is the KISS principle. So who has heard of the KISS principle? It's KISS. Who can tell me what that stands for? And if you know me, you know it's going to be something a little bit different than what you think. And Deanna said she had to purge the whole kitchen at her son's house. Ooh, was that because they weren't going to be home for a little while, or did Nana just walk in and go, oh my gosh, we got to get rid of all this stuff? And you're going to be there for a little while. Deanna, how long do you think y'all are going to be there? Whoop, and Stacy's pretty close. Keep it simple, silly. And Cheryl, that's what most people say is keep it simple, STUPID. Whoop, Rosie says keep it simple, sexy. I like that one. Julie says keep it simple, silly. Yep, that would be more like me. Yep, super cute. Okay, so this time I'm going to call it keep it. Oh, Kim says keep it super simple. That's good. And Sandra, yeah, that's what it usually stands for. So I'm going to say that the KISS principle in this case is keep it simple, sweetheart. Okay? Come on, sweetheart. We're going to keep it simple. So keep it simple, sweetheart. Oh, yeah, Deanna. So Deanna's stuck there for another week. Okay, well, keep us posted on how it's going. So keep it simple, sweetheart. You're going to keep this simple. Okay, so one of the things that I'm going to be doing to keep it simple is using things like flip lids. So I would never, hold on, sorry, this one. So using things like flip lids. So this is some granola that I love, and I love the way that it tastes. And this granola is 1 point per tablespoon, and I love it in my yogurt, and I eat it sometimes if I'm going to make like a baked apple or something like that. But I forget about it. I forget that I have it because the way I've got it tucked away, it's in a bag. It's in a bag that's a zippered bag, and it's kind of hard to get to. It's not hard, but but by the time you go, remember that you have it, go find the bag, undo the zipper bag, get 1 tablespoon out or 2 tablespoons out, zip it all back up, put it back in the drawer. So to keep it simple, sweetheart, I got some of these flip lids, and these just fit on a mason jar, and we do have these at Casey Kitchen Center. You can buy them online too. This is Recap, they're Recap mason jar lids, but it just fits on a regular mason jar, and you can get them for wide mouth or for regular mouth. But now I'll just take this off, and plus it's cute, it's super cute. So now I'll be able to see it, because it's in a clear container. It'll stay fresh because it's in glass, and I'll be able to take it, pour it into my tablespoon, dump it on my cereal, flip the lid closed, boom. Keep it simple, okay? So the brand of the granola, Sylvia, this one is one that's locally made here, but there's a Cascadian Farms granola that I like. And I'll have to think of the brand of the other one, but there are several that I buy that it sounds like a lot of points if you were to eat like a bowl of granola, but since I only eat it like 1 tablespoon at a time, then you know, then it's 1 point for a tablespoon. So yeah, Deanna, so this is, you know, it's just a regular glass mason jar. I have them everywhere. It's a regular glass mason jar, and yeah, these flip lids, pour my granola out, put it back in. I can see it, I'll use it. This granola is not gonna go to waste. So that was, keep it simple, sweetheart. Just keep it simple. Okay, the next one is take inventory. So you need to take an inventory of everything. So things that are, you know, things that are frequently purchased, things that you use a lot, you know, go ahead and take an inventory. So I found, when I took my inventory, that I have 2 things of Frank's Red Hot sauce, okay? I don't need 2 things of Frank's Red Hot sauce. We use it a lot, but why do I have 2? So one of these was over on a Lazy Susan that has spices and things on it that I have. One of these was over on our pantry shelf. Now, y'all know we live in a loft and it's really small, so we don't have a lot of storage room. I don't have room for 2 things of Frank's Red Hot. 2, I don't know if I said A, 2, 1, 2, whatever. A, B, I don't need 2 of them at the same time. C, they're both open. So take an inventory. Go ahead and take an inventory of what you have so that you don't double up. Some of those things, if it's things that you buy a lot, go ahead and make a list of things that you keep, you know, that you keep on your shelf a lot to make sure that you don't double up. So if I'd had Frank's on my list, I would already know that I had one and I did not need a second one. Okay, so that's the next thing, is to take an inventory. Then we've talked about this a lot. When we talked about this in the past, it was to put things that you want to eat in this one kind of container and things that you want to hide from yourself in another kind of a container. But I will say, this has created the don't know what it is scenario for me. So the next step of the 7 simple steps to reduce food waste is clear containers. So things, when we talked about this in past chats, we were talking about putting things in clear containers and putting them up front in your refrigerator or on your pantry shelf or whatever, so that you would eat the things that you wanted to eat, like non-starchy vegetables. I will be able to see this, so I'll be able to see, and I'm serious, as soon as I put this in this container, Alyssa was like, oh, those are carrots, because, you know, she could see them, they weren't hidden. So you can clearly see that this is carrots, right? So this is a clear container. It's a clear container that I can keep in the refrigerator. It's plastic, so Alyssa can get into this. The lid comes off, you know, she can get the lid off easily. So we can use this to see the carrots, and they won't get lost, and we're not going to forget what they are. So what's in this container? What is in this one? Nobody knows. So no one knows what's in this container. There have been many times that John has come home and gone, oh, this is a barbecue container, okay? So this is a brand of barbecue that we buy occasionally. And he has come home before and gone, oh, awesome, we have barbecue. And because you can't see through this at all, take the lid off and go, that is not barbecue. And then put the lid back on. So can't see it. This is going to get gross and nasty because I have no idea what it is. You can see through it. Gonna eat it. So the chances of me eating this in this opaque, can't see through it at all container are slim to none. So what is in this container? More grapes. They will be going into the clear container, because in the opaque container, have no idea. Plus, I don't want John to get excited thinking we have barbecue and open it and it's just carrots. Okay. The next one is, let's get our carrots put back in here. So the next one is condense, clear, and labels. So you need to condense some things, you need to put them in a clear container, and you need to add a label with it. So this one, somebody said a few minutes ago, I have that brand of Bisquick. So Heart Smart Bisquick is what I use when I make pancakes, sometimes when I make waffles. I do use Kodiak cakes sometimes, but I use Bisquick Heart Smart, and I use this whenever I make sausage balls. So we made sausage balls for Christmas, and we talked about sausage balls, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, and I have a cream cheese sausage ball recipe on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. This is the Bisquick that I use in this. Okay, when I went through and started organizing, to see what I had, and when I was doing my inventory, I realized I have 2 boxes of this, and I realized 1 box of this had gotten pushed all the way to the back of my pantry shelf. Oh, and it was Melinda and Rosie. Rosie said, "It's so nice to see you back at the loft, even if it's only for today." So hey, every time it snows, I'll come back to the loft. But when I went to check my inventory, I realized I had another box of this that I didn't realize I had already opened, shoved it to the back of the pantry, and it had expired. Let me see which one is expired. July of 2020. So because it was still in its box, pushed all the way to the back of the pantry, I had not done my inventory of staples. Then I bought a second box. So I've gone a step further and went ahead and put my Bisquick in a clear jar so that I can see it. So from a mile away, I can do, oh no, Barbara wants it to snow all the time so that we'll do the chat from the loft. So Barbara, I don't know what you love so much about the loft. It's just the loft. And if y'all didn't notice, our microwave is missing. Nobody even said anything, but our microwave is missing. Ours finally died and we had to get a new one, and we're having to adjust that spot. So now it has a lovely Christmas camper picture that Karen got me up there. Anyway, that's taking place of our microwave right now. So when I did my inventory, I took the new Bisquick and I put it in a clear jar, and I cut out the label from the side and stuck it on the top so that it's easy to see. I know, oh hey, that's Bisquick, and I can grab it, and that box is not going to get shoved to the back. This is another one of the mason jar lids that we have at KC Kitchen Center, and you can get these online, kckitchencenter.com. You can go to Recap Mason Jar and get these. I don't know if they have them on Amazon or not, but get them from KC Kitchen Center. And if you're in Knoxville, we have these in the store. But this is a Recap Mason Jar, and again, this is just a regular mason jar, and these come in a regular lid and the wide mouth lid. And oh, Melinda noticed. Thanks, Melinda. But it's a flip lid, so I can stick a spoon down in there. You know, if I need to scoop some out, I can do that. And then just put the Bisquick on top. So now I'm not going to forget that I have Bisquick, and it's on my inventory now. So I will not be buying any more boxes of Bisquick without going through my inventory. Okay. The next thing is to prep and preserve. Oh wait, Trish says I also have the barcodes on the jars. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. So Trish has actually put the barcode on her jars too, so that she can scan it and see how many points it is. That's a great idea. Or add it to if she needs to add it to the recipe builder. That's a great idea, Trish. I'm going to add that to mine, to add the barcode scanner, the barcode on there also, so that I can scan it. Okay, the next thing is to prep and preserve. So, I have all these grandiose ideas of the garden that we're going to have this year with Alyssa again. Last year, I let a 3-year-old plant the seeds, so we didn't get a whole lot. We didn't produce a whole lot. We had mostly carrots and radishes. That is mostly what we had. We are actually going to grow food this year. So Alyssa has been watching Molly of Denali. She has been binge watching Molly of Denali. If you've never seen Molly of Denali, it is on PBS Kids, and you can go online to pbskids.org and you can find previous episodes of it. And Molly teaches you something, and I want to break out into song, Molly of Denali. Alyssa loves Molly, and I do too. But she teaches you something every single episode. She teaches you how to do something. And one of the episodes on the online version is they were talking about food preservation. So her mom is talking about only growing or only gathering the food that they need. And Leslie says, and the expiration dates too. That's also a good idea. So Molly's talking about only her mom's talking about only gathering and preserving, though, the foods that they need for that season. So, not a lot of food waste. So I'm determined that I'm going to figure out how to use this fermenter. So we've been talking about this for a year, and I've played with it one time, and that's as far as I got. So because Alyssa and I will be growing some vegetables that we will not, hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to have such great success with them that we will have more vegetables than we can consume in a short period of time. So I'm determined to figure out how to ferment. Debbie, I have not given up on the pressure canning. Still thinking about trying that because I would love to be able to pressure can some tomatoes, some corn, some things like that you would do in the pressure, in a pressure cooker. Also, while you're doing that, use things to help keep your food fresh. So I'm going to grab a couple of things out of the freezer real quick. We have plenty of time. I'm talking super fast. We have plenty of time. So some things that you can do to help your food, to help your food last. One of them is to I use grip sticks. If you go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, we don't sell these, but if you go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and look on my recommended products, there's a link to these on Amazon. But I love grip sticks as an additional way to keep air out of, Terry, obviously I don't know how to do it, okay? So somebody needs to teach me how. My mom so Terry's telling me that I don't need a pressure canner to do tomatoes. I don't know. My mom used to have us prep all the food for canning, and then her and my grandmother did all the canning. We didn't. We just got to prep it. So, yeah. So I need help with that. I need somebody to come and teach me how to do it because Mom's not here to teach me how to do it. And of course, I decided to do this after she was not here to show me and no videos. Anyway, so grip sticks is just an additional way to keep things from getting like freezer burned and to help keep them fresh. These, I don't know if several of you, it looks like several of you have had these chicken strips, or you had some type of these chicken strips or chicken cube chicken or whatever. The little Ziploc thing that's on there, the little zippered thing that's on there, never closes. I can never get them closed back again. So I go ahead and use grip sticks to help keep that, to help keep that closed, because you need it closed so that you're not going to get freezer burn. That's another way to avoid, food waste. Then you can also, we've talked about this a million times. I've been talking about these for weeks now. You can use something like the super cubes when you make soup. Go ahead and, soup, meatloaf, spaghetti, anything like that you make that you make extra. The pumpkin worked out great that I put in these and kept it work for some recipes for some overnight oats and things. So go ahead and do something like the super cubes to individually freeze them. And then we were talking about clear containers a few minutes ago. So like the super cubes, this is vegetable beef soup, and these are in 1 cup blocks. So this is, this is 4 1-cup servings of vegetable beef soup, and I have it written on the front of it what it is. This is a recipe that's in IfYouHaveAnEgg. It's on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and it's in the recipe builder. And if you go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and click on that little button, should put the recipe into your recipe builder. Sorry, from IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. But yeah, that's another way. So this is clear. I've written on it. It's clear to me what it is. They're frozen. I'm not going to throw away half of the soup that I made because I forget about it, or because it's in a container that you can't see through, or something, something like that. Also using things like food huggers. So, I talk about these all the time. Food huggers are little silicone food huggers. I mean, they hug your food. And if you like something like a lemon, if you use half of a lemon, haven't used the other half, you just stick it in a food hugger. You can use these for limes, for half of a potato, half of an apple, butter, for anything that once you open it, that you need to, kind of seal off the other end. That's going to keep you from wasting food. If you open a can, if you open a can and you're not going to put the rest of the can in something else, you can't just stick the metal lid back down. It's going to get really gross. Something like a food hugger You can get other little plastic lids at the grocery store, but a food hugger makes a little like suction seal on the top of it so that you can turn it upside down and no liquid comes out. So those are super cool. Those come in fun colors. And again, we have those at kckitchencenter.com. If you are here in town, if you're in Knoxville, you can go to 5902 Kingston Pike and come visit us at KC Kitchen Center and pick you up some of those. So food preservation, you know, save it safely. So like Deanna was talking about, she had to clear out at her son and daughter-in-laws. I think that's right, son and daughter-in-laws, had to clean out because they are not, they have not been great on their food preservation, you know, and kind of food safety things. So if you will properly store them, they'll last for a really long time. So I've seen a grapefruit last for over a week. The food huggers also has avocados. They have an avocado hugger. It lasted for days and it was still fresh. So they are quite fantastic. Okay, the last thing we want to talk about, because Alyssa is being super good. I'm shocked at how quietly she is playing. But the last thing is to reduce and recycle. I have cut my grocery trips in half. I have cut what I'm purchasing at the grocery store in half, almost in half. You know, this is just the third week, so I'm working hard on cutting that in half. But to help reduce and recycle, things like composting, I think it was Julie that was talking about California doing that, you know, going to a composting system. I would love to get an in-home composter here if anybody, you know, knows where I can get one. But I think composting is a great idea. You can use old fruit, and why old fruit? I don't mean fuzzy old fruit. I mean like if you've got, you know, some apples that are starting to look, you know, little lackluster, starting to look like they've got some age on them, you could make some baked apples with them. If you've got some berries, some strawberries or blackberries that you think, yeah, I probably need to go ahead and do something with those, you could make a cobbler. That would be fantastic. If you've got bread that's starting to get stale, make a Weggo. Do you know how long it's been since I have made a Weggo? So if you've got some stale bread, make a Weggo. You can use stale bread to make bread pudding or a breakfast casserole. And we've got recipes for all of those on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. You can, you know, do lots of things with food that's just starting to, you know, be past its, you know, prime, you know, but you don't have to throw them away. So I also found 5 ways, I found online 5 ways, actually I found like 30 something ways, but 5 ways to use a beat up or leftover lemon. So I can't tell you how many times I buy a bag of lemons and, you know, get to the end of them and 2 of them are kind of funky. You know, you're just like, not funky like, again, not fuzzy, but you just think, yeah, you know, a little hard. Like this one, this was one of the last ones in the bag, you know, it's a little hard. I'm probably not gonna, you know, use it to put it in my water. So here are 5 ways that I found to use, you know, kind of a funky leftover lemon. So the first one was to use the outside of a lemon to rub smell. So like take this part of a lemon, so use the cut side, sorry, not the outside, use the cut side of a lemon to rub smells and stains out of a cutting board. So that's a great idea, just not a marble cutting board, okay? I saw that online and I was like, no, please do not rub lemons on your marble cutting board. But so if you just have, you know, just a wooden cutting board, if you've got a plastic, a metal cutting board, you know, you can use the cut side of a lemon to rub that, and it's going to take, you know, fish smell out and things like that. So I thought that was a great idea. Another one was to toss some leftover lemon peels. So if you've used some, you know, if you've used the lemons and you've got some peels left, not the juicy part of it, just the peel, but take some of the leftover lemon peels and put them in the bottom of your garbage bag. It'll help your garbage bag to smell better. Remember, not the juicy inside part, just if you have leftover peels. You can do that and it will help to mask, you know, odors that are in your garbage. The third one is to mix lemon juice and baking soda and put it on your elbows. And I was like, well, that sounds like a great, so they were talking about putting it on your elbows to, oh yeah, and Dina, it's just Dina. Is this one, you're just Dina, right? Not Deanna. Dina says to simmer bits and bobs of veggies and fruit to make a lovely broth. That sounds really good. That sounds really good. But you take the lemon juice and baking soda and make a scrub for your elbows to make those, you know, elbows shiny and, you know, and soft. And then you can dip a cut lemon in salt. So again, the cut side of a lemon, you can dip it in salt and you can actually use that. You can scrub it and you can use it to clean your stainless steel sink. So that is perfectly not marble countertops, okay? Not marble, but it's perfectly fine for your stainless steel sinks. And then the last one is to put a cut lemon in a spray bottle. And I don't know if you know this or not, and this is another recap, mason jar lid. I don't know if you know this or not, but you can use lemons in water to clean other vegetables. So you can spray the vegetables with the lemon water, and it'll clean them, because lemons are naturally antimicrobial, and it's a natural cleaner. Don't leave this in here too long, because these are lemons. You know, you don't want your water to get funky, but you could use, a leftover one, or if you had a half of a leftover, if you had one that was, getting kind of hard, you could definitely do this with it, and you can spritz the air with it. And Alyssa even said that she said, oh, it smells like lemons. So those were 5 great ways to use, and I love Dina's bits and bobs comment. So that was 5 great ways to do that. So if you were watching this on YouTube, I hope that you will go ahead and let the next video roll over. Thank you all for letting us do this from the loft. I know several of you all were very excited that we were at the loft again. We won't be able to do this every week, because I have to tell you, I am in the tightest little spot here. I'm taking up, what, 2 feet? Is this 2 feet, maybe? I'm taking up 2 feet of our kitchen, and everybody else has to stay completely out of the area. So thank you all for letting us do this here. Sorry we didn't have any snow. Sorry we're not going to be showing you any snow pictures. Alyssa, do you want to come tell everybody good night?
No.
Okay, hurry. Come. Come.
Go.
Hurry. Come say good night, everybody. She's coming. She's eating Baby Yoda and Mandalorian goldfish. So she put those down for you all. Okay, good night, everybody. Y'all have a great week.
Good night.
Okay, can you tell them to please subscribe to our YouTube channel?
Please subscribe our channel.
Okay, you have to subscribe just from that. Okay, just from that. So tell everybody night-night.
Night-night.
And say bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom.
Yeah, Mom's not watching live, but Mom will see this later. Can you say love you?
Love you.
Yeah, say love you, Bo.
Love you both.
Yeah, and Dad.
Love you, Dad.
Yeah, so Alyssa's spending the night with us tonight, so she will see you all later. Thank you so much for letting her join us tonight. But you all, oh yeah, she's been wanting to get a hold of the grip stick. Yeah, you can play with the grip stick, but she's been wanting to play with the grip stick all night. But y'all have a great evening. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, please let the next video roll on over, and do subscribe.
And Toy Story.
And Toy Story. Apparently, y'all need to watch Toy Story too. Or also. So y'all have a great evening. Hop down. Tell them bye. Can you blow a kiss? Can you blow a kiss? Okay, I guess that's all you get.
And upstairs.
Oh, and we're going to go upstairs and play. But y'all have a great evening. Be safe if it stormed where you all are. And I will see you next week. Good night.